Yo, what is up, my friends? Welcome to another episode of Dostcast. मेरा नाम है Vinamre and Sahiba. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe because we release new episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 12 p.m. Indian Standard Time. अगर आप इस पॉडकास्ट को किसी ऑडियो प्लेटफॉर्म में सुन रहे हैं, make sure to give us 5 stars because we're the best in Bharat. आज की हमारी गेस्ट का नाम है Sahiba Bali. She's the current brand manager of Zomato. She loves to eat, travel, and act. That's what it says on her Instagram bio. She's got an MSc in marketing, but as her LinkedIn bio also says, she uses it to make memes. I had a blast talking to Sahiba about all things executive assistance, time management, कैसे अपनी personal boundaries को protect करना होता है और क्यों मजे आते हैं marketing करने के लिए Zomato के लिए. The episode with Sahiba Bali begins in 3, 2, 1. Sweet. So, I was reading your LinkedIn. और सबसे पहले, I don't want to do that, but like I'll ask you nonetheless. You're like, my career optics are all messed up because everyone thinks I'm this YouTuber, but I'm not really that. What happened?
It's true. It's funny because when you're juggling a lot of career options, you don't know what people will perceive you to be. So sometimes they're like, YouTuber hai. Sometimes they're like, sirf actor hai. Sometimes they're like, influencer hai. But on LinkedIn, I am a marketing manager, right? On LinkedIn, I can't be an actor or a content creator or anything like that. So for LinkedIn, I had put that post saying, yo, I'm a brand manager. I've studied this, I've done this is my career. So I just wanted to make that clear that I'm not a YouTuber.
Right.
I am working at Zomato as a brand manager. I have marketing experience. So ye matlab sun lo sab, because everyone started thinking otherwise that I work at Zomato as a YouTuber,
content creator,
like a content creator, and that's not true. So, and now that one day I don't upload a video on Zomato, they're like, oh, she's quit. I'm like, no, I have other work to do.
So how did you get there? Like, ऐसा क्यों? I mean, they could hire like top tier actors. कि मतलब why? Because you were leading marketing, no? The only time I saw that was like, you remember back in the day, Trivago के ads आए थे.
Yeah.
If you remember that, the marketing manager was like instructing the people around. The director बोलता तू ही आजा ad के अंदर. He literally came and he became the face of Trivago.
And he did so well.
Yeah, he did well. So I'm just wondering what ऐसा क्या हुआ that you became the face?
Okay, so I got a goal, a challenge, a project saying build YouTube. So as a
just 2 words.
Build YouTube, because Zomato has a great social platform, whether it's your notifications or your Twitter or your Instagram, but YouTube we didn't actually grow. So that was my project that start, and we need 1 million subscribers by the end of XYZ year. I said cool. So we started doing stuff, and initially it was COVID, so I started recording videos from my house because we didn't know what to do. I had no experience.
The mukbang videos, right?
Yeah. So the initial 5-6 videos I did at home just to test what do people like, what can we do. So it was just a pilot, but it did really well. People loved it. Our engagement was great, and since I was at the back end trying to create content, so my manager was like, listen, you have acting expertise, you are actually a content creator,
right?
Why don't you just do the same here? And I said, okay, let's try 2-3 more videos. But वही 2-3 more videos में we started getting the best Bollywood actors, Telugu actors who actually wanted to do these interviews. So we would be getting calls saying, hi, this film is getting promoted, we would love if Sahiba could come down and we could have an interview. So we did it, and it was just ad hoc. It was just unreal. We didn't even expect it, but it happened.
Sorry, I'm just going to sound stupid. What is ad hoc?
Ad hoc is like random.
Acha, okay.
Like suddenly. Yeah, without plan.
Got it.
Yeah. So it just happened. And I think it was because my manager was like, tu karti hai ye. Tu acting karti hai, tu side mein content creation karti hai, tu kar le. So I said, मेरा बाकी सारा काम, he's like, वो भी करेगी. I'm like, okay. So we'll try to.
But is it fun? I mean, your life has changed now, right? It's not the same. When you were back, when you were like behind the scenes, CRM वगैरह करना और ये सब हो रहा है, all the campaign management and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now people must hit you up for all random things. कुछ अच्छा बुरा, you're like responsible, right?
So even if
you're like Ajay Devgan in Zuban Kesari, basically.
Yeah, कुछ भी होगा तो, because there's a face to it.
Right.
And unfortunately on YouTube, you can't put content which doesn't have a face. Like on Instagram, you can put normal random posts, text.
But ऐसे पहले भी तो होता था. Brands would just put up stuff with other people in it.
Yeah, with other. Also, it's cost effective. I wouldn't be charging for my time.
That's true.
I get
in-house.
I get a salary. It's in-house. So पैसे भी बचाते हैं. Cost effective भी है. But yeah, things have changed because people don't realize that I have a lot of other responsibilities. So sometimes they just assume she's just going for shoots, and they just come up to me with so many things. I'm like, listen, I need to divide my time. I can't just be shooting all the time or just I need to do time management. And now वही था, like what stopped is other brands stopped coming to me for advertising. So I used to do a lot of TVCs, a lot of TV ads. But since I became like a YouTube face for Zomato, that stopped. Brands stopped giving me TV ads. But on the other hand, for content creation on YouTube, like people used to call me saying, hi, can you host our show? Can you do this?
Yeah, I was going to ask, do people try to poach you from Zomato?
Yeah, a lot of very, very big brands, like very big OTT platforms would call and say, can you host us? Can you join us? Or other content creators or other music labels, film production houses to do their YouTube. But I didn't want to. I thought this is my KRA. I have to build YouTube. And
Sorry, KRA क्या होता है? मैंने पढ़ी advertising, लेकिन I'm just kind of losing the plot here. All I can think about is KPIs. That's the only one I know.
Similar KPIs.
So what is KRA?
Key responsibility areas.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
और क्या होता है?
पर काफी पोच honestly cool भी लगा.
क्या?
कि ये इतना बड़ा, I'm not going to take names, but like leading brands and platforms coming saying, why don't you join us? And I was like, नहीं यार.
आपको मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस दे देंगे, आपको बाली की ट्रिप दे देंगे.
हाँ, ये सब कर देंगे. I was like, नहीं अभी रुक जाओ, बता दो.
But it's fun though. मैं तो, I mean, full disclaimer, I've been on this carnivore-esque diet which keeps getting destroyed with this gin indulgence. पर generally मैंने देखा है कि whenever I order from Zomato, some weird shit happens where अगर बारिश हो रही एकदम पे पॉपअप नोटिफिकेशन आएगी कि यार बारिश का टाइम है, आपने कुछ मंगवाया नहीं. I was like, okay, moment marketing 101, let's go. But I'm just, because ऐसा पहले हुआ नहीं है where brands get so self-aware and so real, they start like literally saying the stuff you share with your friends back to you. And this was happening before you, or like did it sort of amplify when you came on board?
I'm glad you recognized it, because the term that I keep on using is humanize. So I keep on saying we need to humanize the brand. And that's what we did with YouTube also. We started showing content people want to see, not what brands want to show. We never sell the brand, or we never sell the proposition of eating out on our YouTube. We're just showing what you guys want to see. Same with Instagram. It's like posting stuff like you would post, like a human, not like a brand. So I think brands humanizing themselves is very important. Also, consumers can read through bullshit.
Right.
If you're trying to force sell something, or you're just trying to be not you or yourself,
right,
it doesn't work out. Yeah.
जैसे सबसे बढ़िया एग्जांपल है उसका, when people hire a social media agency, they're like, आप हमारा social media कर दो. तो बोलते हैं अच्छा हम एक वीडियो पोस्ट डालेंगे, हम एक ये डालेंगे, हम एक ये डालेंगे. And they get no engagement at all, nothing happens.
Yeah.
हाँ हमारा social media चल रहा है, social media वाले को बोल दो. It's a kind of a dormant role.
Yeah.
But doesn't it get hectic? Because अभी रणबीर आलिया की शादी हो रही है, तो फिर उसको DM कराया Zomato के अकाउंट से कि क्या आप मतलब बर्फी वगैरह भिजवा दे, right? So doesn't it not get hectic for all? I'm assuming there's a team that's 24/7 looking out कि अब क्या नया हो, and then use it as a post.
So I don't think it gets hectic because our social media team is very talented and very young. So entire social media team, I think the average age there must be 21.
Damn.
Or 20. Yeah, they're very young people, and I think that helps the brand, because social media is such a new platform and trends it's crazy. I can't keep up with trends.
Right.
Trends keep changing every single day. Earlier trends were coming once a year, twice a year.
Right.
Now everything keeps changing. So I don't think it's tough, because you've selected the right sort of people. If the wrong sort of people are doing it, these are people who are on social media themselves personally 24/7. So for them, it's something that they know, it's in the veins, they love doing. That's what, like, I would rather get a young child or a kid out of college who has a banging idea about social media than an MBA.
Right.
You save money and these folks know what to do.
Yeah, your LinkedIn reads कि मैंने तो बहुत मेहनत करी मार्केटिंग डिग्री में करके, लेकिन मेरे को अंदाजा हुआ कि यहाँ पे सब मीम्स पसंद करते हैं. Their attention span is like shit.
How you rutted my LinkedIn?
नहीं, I just like, okay, so what I do is I typically like look through people's profiles and see what is interesting as an endpoint और क्या करूँ. रट्टो क्या, मेरे को मेरी अच्छी मेमोरी है.
No, but it's facts, because whatever you study in marketing is great as a foundation and it's great basics. But the thing about marketing is it revolves and changes, and there's an evolution every second day. So whatever you learn is going to get outdated.
Oxford और Durham के अंदर marketing जो पढ़ाते हैं, was it not outdated a little bit? Because मैं तो खुद Boston से advertising पढ़ी है. We had some professors जिन्होंने Gray में, McCann, Erickson इन सब जगह पे काम करा है. So they had skin in the game, right? They would be 30 साल industry professionals, Super Bowl के बढ़िया ad बनाए हैं top पे. Now they're teaching the next generation, so it's great, right? But then there are some like armchair प्रोफेसर जिसकी खुद की मार्केटिंग की PhD है वो सिखा रहा है विद नो मार्केटिंग कैंपेन अंडर देयर बेल्ट एंड इवन देन व्हाट यू डू इन अ जॉब इज मतलब इफ यू लाइक I'd say probably स्टोरी बोर्डिंग जैसी स्किल्स ज़्यादा काम आती हैं एज अपोज टू मार्केटिंग मिक्स की डेफिनेशंस का रट्टा मारने से स्कूल में करते हैं बिजनेस स्टडीज़ में राइट So how much of that is a deviation from like what you studied and what you're doing right now? Because it's totally like...
So it's shocking because in marketing in India, marketing equals to advertising and content. But if you go abroad, marketing does not mean that because I did not even have a advertising or a content.
If you just keep the mic slightly closer to your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
So what's surprising is when I did my marketing, my MSc in marketing, I didn't even have an advertising as an elective. There was no advertising in the curriculum for anyone because our marketing was like pricing and competition and consulting and data
handling. Yeah, that's the 4 Ps, right? 4 Ps of marketing.
4 Ps, yeah. Content और advertising तो था ही, मैंने advertising सीखी नहीं है. After I finished everything in UK and when I came back, early in college I had done advertising at McCann. वहाँ पे मैंने सारा एडवर्टाइजिंग का सीख लिया पर पढ़ाई में एडवर्टाइजिंग बिल्कुल नहीं सीखी मैंने जितना आई स्टडीड मैथ आई डिड ग्लोबल मार्केटिंग कंपटीशन एंट्री स्ट्रैटेजी ऑल ऑफ दैट एंड नाउ व्हेन आई यूज सोशल मीडिया पर्सनली दैट्स हाउ आई एम अंडरस्टैंडिंग content you can't understand at work or in the school or at college. It's just something so personal.
So when you are scrolling on your feed, you're literally like, यार ये इस तरह की चीज़ Zomato पे कर सकते हैं.
वैसे सीख रही हूँ मैं.
That's crazy. How do you not go insane?
I do. I have a lot of white hair. I have, since the past 2 years, I think I have stressed myself internally so much and I go insane. But you know what? I feel like, shit, Sahiba, I can do it. I can juggle 3 careers and I can do it when people think ये तो बहुत आराम से कर रही है, but आराम से नहीं है. My mom gets stressed seeing my white hair. She's like, तुझसे ज़्यादा तो मतलब मुझसे ज़्यादा तो तेरे सफ़ेद बाल है.
I think this is a real phenomenon क्योंकि आज सुबह मैं अपने बाल देख रहा था after I took a shower and I could see some white hair. I was like, what the hell is happening? This is maybe it's just दिल्ली का पानी बहुत ख़राब है, खारा पानी बकवास है, or it's just the fact that we are really stressed as a generation. मुझे नहीं पता.
It is. I think it's overload of information. It's also social media as much as it's amazing getting people together, helping economy, etc. It's very tough, man, to scroll through and then see what other people are doing, see where you're missing out, seeing where you can improve, etc.
Right.
You go through it on a subconscious level. Sometimes you don't even know. And that's why you never have good sleep. That's why people say stop scrolling on social media before sleeping because you're going to have a disturbed sleep.
Right.
Unknowingly. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah. मैं नींद के लिए तो what I just do is I throw away my phone. At some point I just get so frustrated मैं off करता हूँ और फेंक देता हूँ उसको. That's why one of my phones has like a crack on the screen. But I found that this EA system that you have going on is kind of helpful. जो भी top performers are the ones that I can remember like Tim Ferriss, Ariana Huffington. Actually, there's a story about Ariana Huffington. You know Huffington Post, right?
Yeah.
The newspaper. So she used to overwork herself to death. And then one day she exhaustion के मारे वो बेहोश हुई, उसका सर लगा डेस्क पे. And then she's like, it's time to make a change.
Yeah.
So then she started scheduling her stuff. You kind of have to when you're running so many क्या बोलते हैं verticals, campaigns, like a billion things. You kind of have to be monk-like in a few things and indulge in only specific things. Otherwise तुम पागल हो जाओगे.
I feel her. I genuinely do. ये मेरे साथ हो रहा था because I was shooting for my next web series which is releasing in September in Kashmir.
Yeah.
Okay, while I was doing that, I had my full-time Zomato job and lots of projects happening. And content creation really took over.
Yeah.
And recently, abhi with YouTube shoots, I was never home. So I was handling so many things that I was losing my shit. Like I would come home and I would just like cry, like how do I manage my life? And then I said, no, I need someone to help me. Managers are great, but you need a personal executive assistant to sort your life and align it.
At the level that you're at.
Yeah. So if someone like me has an EA, I would really recommend people to get one, and someone young who understands and who can hustle hard, not someone who is...
चलो जी नौकरी का टाइम है, अभी लंच टाइम है मैम, अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Exactly. Like so, I was coming here and I was discussing other...
No, she sent me a text while you sent me a text at the same time.
Yeah, she texted me. She's like, are you on your way? Have you left for the podcast? I was like, yeah, don't worry. She's like, okay, good. While we're discussing other things I have to do today.
Yeah.
In the morning, I was working. I had some Zomato work lined up. In the car, I was on calls. Here, I'm doing my podcast. After this, I have to create some content for hotel. So that's my Sunday.
Hey, at least whatever gets you through, because I'm assuming the reward is worth it. I can certainly feel it.
Yeah, I'm sneaking in a spa beach mein.
Hey.
Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, these tense shoulders, I need it.
Yeah.
But I think I can manage time. And what helps is probably I've been doing it since childhood.
How so?
I have never been one person who just does one thing. So I don't know that life. In school also, I would be doing normal padhai jaise sab kar rahe hain, but I would do debating and like mock United Nations and acting and theatre and everything. And
people must really hate you, huh? In school?
No. I don't know. I hope not. I was very sweet and lovable and chubby.
Sweet? Were you like a teacher's pet?
Not at all.
No?
No.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm not nerdy or I'm not like like that. I bunked a lot of classes. In fact, my math teacher in 12th grade, my mom went for that PTA class.
Right.
And my math teacher was like, who is Sahiba? I've never seen her. Then jo pitai hui wapas when mom came home.
Yeah.
I never attended math. Because I had tuitions.
Too.
Yeah. I had tuitions. So I did a lot in tuitions. In school, I was doing so much. I was like, I need a break.
Yeah.
Math to nahi attend ho paegi.
Did you do commerce with maths? Without math?
I had a very interesting combination. I had math, eco, English, psychology, and political science.
Damn, ऐसा कौन सा स्कूल था जो अलाउ करता था ये सब?
GPS, RKP.
अच्छा, I see.
Yeah, lots of factories. Brilliant school.
Yeah, I just did commerce without math and survived. Just
without math.
मैं 11th में गया and they said हम आपके 32 आए हैं, आपको 33 दे रहे एक grace mark and they wrote it down grace mark. I was like, okay, it is time. Maybe my competition skill.
Second, you got 32 in math.
Yeah.
My parents would kick me out of the house.
I think I was talented in other ways. At that point, by 11th grade, I'd become disillusioned with school because I could ace all the theory subjects, but when it came to math, मैं चाहता था कि कोई मेरे को सिखाए. Then I think वो जो एक perception होता है ना कि एक बार तुम्हें लगता है तुम मैथ्स में खराब हो और तुम्हें कोई बोलता है and then no one checks it and no one is like नहीं बेटा ये goodwill hunting और मैं तुम्हारी मदद करूँगा. That didn't happen, so I just continued to get worse and worse and worse. Then I was like, oh, mental math, not my scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since then it's been chill. I don't think this really matters. Like, despite the fact that even if you have a glowing resume, your quality of life is absolutely not dictated by it.
Oh, 100%. I completely agree because whatever I studied in math, I'm not using. I've never used trig. I've never used your a square plus b square equals to whatever. Yaad bhi nahi hai. A plus 2ab plus aise kuch tha. Exactly. I never used it. And then in college, math was letters. There was not a single number. It was just alpha, beta, gamma, sigma. And they would just, that meme, that lady with those math equations.
जो mental math हो रही होती है.
There's this old lady, blonde. I forgot what film it's from.
I can't remember.
It Me.
अच्छा हाँ मेरे को याद आ गया. There's several math memes like that.
Yeah.
Memes are fun. Memes are super creative. You guys had a viral moment which was Zomato वाला बंदा हंस रहा था जब. I mean, I don't know if you were there. You joined
the delivery
officially.
partner.
Yeah.
That was viral. That was also during COVID.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with marketing. My LinkedIn bio is so true. You never know what can become viral, what becomes important, and people will forget it the next day.
Right.
Nothing lasts. Like,
मतलब deliberately inject नहीं कर सकते कि यार ये वाला मीम डालते हैं और ये वाली चीज़ करते हैं फट जाएगा शायद. You can't do that.
नहीं हो सकता. But that is content and advertising side of marketing. The other side of marketing, which is growth and strategy, that's a tough one.
Yeah, content is the more glamorous part where it's like, okay, my brand is personable, humanized हो चुका है, बहुत बढ़िया है. What is this the tough part? ऐसा क्या होता है? Is it like इसको 10x grow करना है? Is that also a responsibility as a brand manager?
Of course. So what happens is like if I have a task कि हमें यहाँ तक पहुँचना है, like 10x grow करना है, हमें new users चाहिए, यूपी में acquisition ज़्यादा चाहिए, गोवा में ये करना है. These are all my goals, tasks and challenges.
Right.
how to do it is when you start brainstorming. How should we do it? Whether we should do content, whether we should do promos, whether we should do influencers, whatever it is. But deducing how to grow and what to do about it is the tough part. Yeah. And ROI, how much budget you have to put behind it, how much returns are you going to get, where are we optimizing reach. Media planning is a complete different ball game, which I don't do yet. So media planning is how much inventory you buy on the media, whether it's your billboards, your ATL, your outdoor, your television.
Right?
Out of home.
Yeah.
That's different because, again, you have to really evaluate everything. And half of my time goes in evaluation and calls. Thanks to COVID, everyone wants to do Zoom.
Yeah.
So I have billion calls a day, which in itself is, it takes away from actually working. Because जितना तुम बात करते हो फिर execute कब करोगे?
तुम भूल जाते हो क्या बात कर रहे हो. Like I remember if I do too many podcasts in a row, I'm very attentive. I'm always listening. But then my team is like, so हमने उसका podcast करा था ना किसका? Just you turn into a performer at that point. You sort of like, you're not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. वही होता है. So then half of the things are evaluating whether this is good, how much return, how much budget, what are the numbers, who am I targeting. So yeah, that's the tough part.
Yeah. What's the fun part? The eating with celebrities?
That's a fun part. But, it looks glamorous when I'm watching it on YouTube.
Yeah. अच्छा काम करा post-production team ने.
Behind it was very hectic.
All of them, including Great Khali.
All of them because when we started YouTube, it was only me. It was a one team member. That's it. Okay. Figuring out script, who to get, how much to pay them, what are we going to say, what are we going to do, thumbnails, SEO, uploading, everything. One person.
You were just doing it?
Only I was doing it. And then when I started growing, then we realized that we needed like specialized people to do something. So we got 2 more people. So in totality, we were 3 people who were doing.
Is that still the case?
So we were only 3 people and it's very hectic because also coordinating with talent at the level of Deepika Padukone or a Ram Charan or a NTR, you're doing it yourself. And
just WhatsApping them or their managers?
Their managers.
Or agencies. Quan ke talents kab aayenge?
Yeah, I'm a Quan talent.
Oh yeah? No idea. I'm just randomly using one agency to make an example of.
So that
you're a Quan talent? That's so funny.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
I just signed my MOU. Like today, my dad is vetting my legal document.
Random.
It's so random. Like right now, before leaving, I said, I've marked my comments on the legal document. You see it and I'm going to sign it and send it tonight.
It makes it easier, no? For your life to be more streamlined and do what you do, कि कोई और वो चीज़ manage कर रहा है.
It becomes easier. So I thought everyone told me, Sahiba, get a manager like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like,
but you were not even doing Zomato back then.
I wasn't doing it, but I was acting full time that time. So that time they said, get a manager, they'll get you gigs, they'll manage your life, they'll negotiate your rates, whatever, but get someone who has expertise in the field.
आप बस artist बनो.
Exactly. आप craft पे ध्यान रखो. So I was like, नहीं मैं कर सकती हूँ.
ये अच्छा formula है वैसे. यार आप artist हो, आप ये छोड़ दो, business की बात है.
और ये सब बोलते हैं ना guys.
It's partially true though.
Concentrate on our work. But I wanted to see how it goes. I wanted to go and negotiate with producers. I wanted to go for that script writing. I wanted to hustle, book my tickets, everything. And I enjoyed it. And I thought like, मैं खुद कर सकती हूँ. But then I realized, अभी तो मैं खुद कर सकती हूँ, लेकिन करना नहीं है for my own mental sanity. And I think I've reached that level where I need to do it for myself. Rather than challenge, I keep on challenging myself. कर सकती है. I'm like, no, ज़रूरी नहीं है. Hustle culture is very toxic. Stop glamorizing it. So just take a step back and you need to do this for yourself.
Yeah. Work hours are all over the place, especially when you're trying to build something. I remember to build something like this, you just have to kind of like sacrifice a lot of things, including weekends sometimes. You know, like the fact that we're both here on a Sunday. Typically, आज तो Sunday है जी, हम मिल नहीं सकते. You agreed for this, I agreed for this. Like it just means कि okay. I mean, I guess you're working 7 days a week sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
That's the thing in any creative field.
Yeah.
It's great to be in a field where you have a 9 to 5 job and you're just there, but that life I didn't want to have. I feel like that wouldn't add any spice or craziness. I love drama.
Yeah.
I absolutely love drama.
What's your favorite? Like Saas bhi kabhi bahut hi.
No,
OGs?
drama as in I love drama in life. Like I love seeing drama and I love.
You probably like just sit and watch with popcorn as two cars collide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Touch wood, I hope. No, that never happens. But yeah, if like two people have drama in their life, I was like, tell me more. I feel like if you don't have drama in your life,
It's so
your
boring.
life is so boring.
I like to bitch a lot.
Yeah,
really
I'm a
enjoy
complete janani. I'm a complete janani. Every day, my friends and I sit down. We're walking in a colony. We're looking at people. We're just talking crap.
और दूसरे लोगों की लड़ाई कराने में मजे आते हैं ना. जैसे no, but एक तो होता है कि छुप के पता है तेरे लिए ऐसे कह रहा था, देख लिया यार तेरे लिए ऐसे कह रहा है. And like it's you do it like saying कि oh I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
But then you see it to turn serious and then you're like मैंने बोला था ना देख लड़ाई हो रही है.
So I'm the person who's like a fly on the wall and observing everything happen. I won't say anything.
Yeah.
But I just love seeing it. Like अगर but concert में जब दो like मुश्तंडों की fight होती है, I just want to stand there and look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I was at a Casa Danza recently and two guys were fighting. I was like, I can just smoke my Juul and enjoy this. This is going to be a fun time.
This is going to be fun. And that's why Delhi is so cool.
Yeah.
Because I lived in Bombay. In Bombay, I couldn't see drama. People are so chill.
Hi, what do you do?
Yeah. Y'all, you want to go get something to drink? Yeah, that's fuck all, yeah. What are you doing? Yeah? These are the fights. These are the fights in Bombay.
Low tier. No skin in the game. No blood. No serious consequences involved.
Yeah, it's just slight irritation. Here तो मतलब mom, dad, भाई, बहन सब.
क्या करोगे तुम अपने अपार्टमेंट में जाके रोगे अपनी बालकनी जो बालकनी भी नहीं है सिर्फ एक छज्जा है जिसके अंदर तुम ऐसे बाहर देखते हो कब बजा दूंगा मैं.
वही है.
That's what Bombay is. Yeah. I also try to live there, by the way. It's good to just, you know what Bombay is for me? Bombay is like a hit job. Like you're an assassin on a small mission. एक हफ्ते का जाके mission करके and then go back. To live there, it just like you go sell in the market. You don't live in the market. You know, you live on your farm where you can sort of grow your produce. That's how I think about Bombay.
No, absolutely. I keep on saying if there was a mixture of Delhi's infrastructure and Mumbai's soul, it would be the best.
What is Mumbai's soul?
Mumbai's soul is just the fact that, okay, first of all, it's very safe for women.
Yes, 100%.
I felt very liberated there. I was taking auto rickshaws at 4 in the morning. It didn't matter. My parents, my family wouldn't care. In Delhi, it's nerve-wracking for everyone.
Yes.
Especially when you're a single child and that too a girl in Delhi, it becomes tough. So that, like how people are very respectable there.
Right.
And also very easy. Like I could go to a club wearing my kurta pajama and it didn't matter. And I've gone in my kurta and jeans so many times to the best clubs there and it was chill. Here, I know if I do, they'll be like other jananis apart from me just looking. And yeah, everyone's so free and so independent because I think Mumbai is so welcoming and open. So I think the soul of Mumbai and infrastructure of Delhi. Aap, if you're listening, Shiv Sena, if you're listening, I think, sorry, BJP ho gaya.
Collab, guys. Collab. X. What is the word? It's like Shiv Sena X AAP.
Yeah,
it's like drop हो रहा है उसकी community उसका collaborator post पे.
And वो होगा. एक तो there's
that'd be so great though if that happens,
Have you seen AAP social media?
It is through the roof. They're amazing. Sigma Grind said, Bhagwan Man, let's go.
It's too good. I mean, kudos to you guys. It's absolutely brilliant. And you're targeting the right people, your voters, your young voters. And even Mumbai police.
Yeah, they're also good. I think it started with Bangalore police with the whole OCB वगैरह को mention करना and like all of that jazz. And then everyone sort of caught on. Delhi police is kind of like, Delhi police. That needs to sort of... Yeah, I was in Aurobindo Market. Very funny thing happened. And,
did you go to Wimpys first?
Wimpys क्या है?
In Aurobindo Market is Wimpys.
Oh, the burger place.
The burger place, it's the OG burger place, one of the oldest in Delhi.
I've heard of it.
There are only 2 left in the city as compared to like 10, 15 there used to be. It's like a 90s brand.
But that's from my parents' generation, no?
Yeah, 90s brand. It's a 90s, 80s brand. One is in the railway station. Ab to koi nahi chahta railway station. And one is in Aurobindo Market. And their food is just like, it's like Nirulas.
You know what Nirulas,
Yeah, it's like that OG nostalgia.
Good old 2000s days.
Yeah. We can't have that podcast if we don't discuss food.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
कोई बात नहीं यार, brand plug. Zens and Esteems and Marutis, those are the days.
Yeah, I also had an Esteem.
Yeah. तो वो अच्छा था जब हिंदुस्तान में और कुछ नहीं था, just like गाड़ी में जाना. We had not, अब तो बहुत सारे आ गए वो वाले. We used to have the original Appu Ghar, if you remember. अब तो Apno Ghar and there's a bunch of like other pretenders.
Yeah.
But I remember we used to go like school के साथ. It was just like nicer, simpler days.
Yeah.
non-phone, no E63s, no N series, no flips, nothing like that. Just mama papa ka phone agar mil sakta hai to wo bhi GPRS ke sath if you're lucky. Yeah, just simpler days. Yeah, but Aurobindo in the market. So what happened is I didn't go to Wimpys sadly. Also because I'm following this elimination diet right now. Totally not in sync with your foodie aesthetic. And हम लोग बैठे, they were sitting on a bench. We were at a gig. Mad Star Bass was playing, and my friend and I were sitting on a bench. And this policeman came and he was wearing a vest. कह रहे आप क्या कर रहे हो? आप लोग कहाँ रहते हो? तो I thought कि अब थोड़ा मज़े करने का टाइम है. तो I said हाँ हम फरीदाबाद में रहते हैं. अच्छा तो आप चोर तो नहीं हो? मैंने कहा हम चोर लगते हैं आपको. तो ना but I could see that since he was just in उनकी just भर्ती हुई थी फोर्स में. He had his specs on. He was like lanky. And I was like, yeah, he would probably be a good accountant kind of vibe. He doesn't have that jadedness of like patrolling the streets. मैंने कहा भाई साहब नाराज़ क्यों हो रहे हो? क्या हो गया? कह रहे आपको पता नहीं है कितना मुश्किल होता है ये गश्त. कुछ भी हो सकता है. I was like, it's okay यार, कोई बात नहीं, हम जा रहे हैं. And then I realized, Delhi just has, not only does it have like safety issues, it also has weird crimes happening all the time, like weird shit happening. Also, the police is also like, we don't know what to do.
Netflix is proof of that because I think in the past 1 year I've seen the Burari case documentary.
There's also Delhi crime.
Delhi crime documentary, Butcher of Delhi documentary.
This is the new one that came out, right?
Yeah. Then there's a Nihari one also. So I mean, I understand it's a scary place and there are very twisted people living in Delhi. But Delhi has jaan hai Delhi mein, you know, Delhi is hot.
Yeah. So it also makes you okay with hostility all the time. तुम्हारे आसपास हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं तरह से तुम्हारी सेंसेस पे अटैक हो रहा होता है. तो ट्रैफिक अटैक कर रहा है, लोग अटैक कर रहे हैं, तो तुम like you just become like sort of like tougher.
But also, you know what? I might be going too meta with this, but the fact that Delhi is a refugee hub.
Yeah.
So our grandparents are all refugees, right, in Delhi who've eventually settled here. So that mentality of survival and aggression has kind of trickled down to our parents and then eventually us. And it will take a few generations for
us to become softies.
Yeah. So it is actually a sociological change. Whereas Mumbai didn't have that or Bangalore didn't have that.
That's true. I think, I'm not even sure Mumbai ki history kya thi. It was a bunch of
traders, a lot of traders, a lot of fishermen, Delhi was hub of riots and refugees and politics. It's been a very heated.
What's your favorite neighborhood in Delhi?
This might sound so pretentious. It's very weird.
Mehrauli?
No. I've been brought up south of Delhi, right? So from Vasant Kunj to Panchsheel and then eventually Gurgaon. And I know South Delhi back of my hand. Like
I love South Delhi.
Yeah,
that's
I don't need
Delhi I go to.
Yeah.
Except for like maybe CP ke aaspas. The Lutyens Delhi area is also very pretty.
So somebody asked me this the other day, like if somebody is visiting Delhi for the first time, where would you take them?
Right.
And I could only think Central Delhi. Right. My heart lies in south of Delhi and I know it since Bachpan and that's where I've grown up. My dadi lived in GK, my nani lived in Vasant Vihar. So it's childhood. But if I have to take someone here, it would be Central Delhi.
Well, historical scene thoda wahan pe zyada hai na. It's also where the government is kind of
and clean.
Because South Delhi is also just cafes. Cafes and bars. उसको किसी को दिखाना मतलब unless you're taking them on a drinking spree or like a food spree. Historically तो क्या है वहाँ पे? Like beyond some tombs and stuff?
कुछ नहीं है honestly South because everything has been like butchered and rebuilt and everything.
Right.
But Central Delhi still has this charm. So I haven't been to CP in years, I think. But I love it. It's beautiful. It has a charm. Same with Lutyens Delhi. Same with Lodi.
Yeah, love Lodi.
Love Khan. Khan has history to it,
yes.
right? So places like Khan, CP.
Khan market makes you ऐसा हल्की Emily in Paris वाली झलक आती है. Just थोड़ी that you can go to like this nice upscale bar and be lost for a few minutes and forget where you are.
Yeah. I don't like malls though.
Yeah.
I don't like malls.
Malls used to be cool though back in the day.
Yeah. I remember school mein whenever like your exam finished or your summer holidays were about to start, you and your friends would go to the mall straight from school.
Right.
और go watch.
हमारे को ये अधिकार बिल्कुल नहीं मिला था.
नहीं मिला. हम तो यही करते थे. एग्जाम खत्म चलो सिटी वॉक चलते हैं, promenade चलते हैं.
We just go smoke hookahs and shady bars.
Oh, we were very sweet gals.
DPS RKP, huh?
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people don't know my school because on Instagram when I put by chance any childhood pic, they'll be like, "Oh, you're from Delhi." Like, how do you not know I'm from Delhi?
Yeah.
Or they just assume, I mean, because I've lived in Bombay.
They just
also,
assume your gender.
assume.
So bad for these people, right?
Yeah.
सही scene है. Fun times. Do people from Zomato not say आप ये नहीं बोल सकते हो? Because you're like freewheeling. You're super chill.
So the thing is, in Zomato, it's a very young company, and there's a lot of talent. A lot of people are doing their own thing, which is great. It gives you that liberty to.
What do you mean by that?
Some people are, stand-up comedians. Some people.
But part-time Zomato.
Yeah, part-time. I mean, full-time Zomato, part-time stand-up comedian, part-time. They have their bands, and these bands would eventually come and play at Zomato's office also sometimes.
सब चीज़ funnel में जा रही है.
हाँ, content creation तो हमारा काफ़ी सही in-house talent है और in-house groups है और fitness तो next level. Like you have professional trained MMA fighters and boxers and bodybuilders, and I to work out in my office every day.
That's crazy.
I've cancelled my gym subscription.
That looks like some New York agency dream. मेरे को नहीं पता था कि इंडिया में इतना सीन हो गया कि ऑफिस में वर्कआउट वगैरह कर सकते हो.
Yeah, but बहुत मेहनत है. Like
You want some water?
I'm good with the coffee, thank you. बहुत मेहनत है because people are very passionate within the system. And we love like growth on growth on growth. Like वो आता है ना कि it's like a pleasure.
Yeah, it ceased being a startup a long time ago, but you guys are like
we are
really
still a
at it.
startup culture. It's like that. Like we are a public company, but all of us work in a startup. It's like that.
क्या कोई is there like a culture document कि हम ये हैं हम वो हैं?
हाँ, है Zomato culture. So
Secret है क्या?
Secret नहीं है, but यही है that we want to work and build something crazy, and everyone is very passionate about building.
Yeah.
So if you see everyone's LinkedIn profile, everyone has building Zomato written on it. Because
so not just founders.
It's not just
founder
founders.
लिखते हैं ना हमेशा.
And we are called mini founders.
Interesting.
Yeah, because everyone has that authority and that ownership that चलो कुछ करते हैं.
हम जैसे छोटे उद्योगपतियों को ये चुराना चाहिए बड़ी कंपनी से. How do you like have a central document? Because we tried something on Notion for a while. We were writing first, but we're so small. We're like, let's just like wing it. हम कर रहे हैं. Just
I remember Notion. I used to use Notion a lot.
Yeah, for work.
2 years ago, I used to. Now I don't do it, but 2 years ago I was doing CRM. So that used to just help us.
मैंने बहुत बार सुना है, but I don't know what it means.
CRM is all your notifications and emailers and all the information you get through of the brand.
What is the full form?
Consumer
Research management.
No. Fuck, I know this. I've forgotten.
वहाँ पे ये मीम आना चाहिए. We'll be right back वाला.
Oh my god, what I was doing CRM consume retain customer retain management? No.
I think retainer because notifications work as retainers roughly, so you can just say.
एक तो मेरी memory इतनी खराब हो रही है. I'm addicted to Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Probably Coke will hate me if I'm saying this, but my memory is fucked. And I had the OGS memory, okay, until like 2 years ago. OGS memory. I would remember every freaking small detail. I'm forgetting names of my closest friends. It's become this bad.
Yeah. Are you a bad texter? I'm a really bad texter.
I don't text.
Yeah. No, I saw.
भूल जाती हूँ. Yeah, I just don't. That's why I'm a note maker. I have to write notes so that I remember things.
I'm a big okay, thanks bro guy.
Yeah.
Because that's all you do. Just point to the next thing. वो लंबी चौड़ी जो paragraph आता है ना of like details and like I was like
I want to read my WhatsApp status for you. Yeah. My WhatsApp status says, because I'm so bad, it says, "Hi, I don't reply much. Sorry. Also, I don't pick unknown calls."
Nice.
This is actually my WhatsApp status.
That's crazy.
It basically says I don't want to talk to anyone.
सही है. I mean, for the sake of being personable, and I was having a conversation with my friend yesterday. We were at this. There's this fitness studio in Gurgaon called Studio Echo, right next to Climb Central. If you've been there.
Yeah.
We were coming back from there, and we were just talking about कि कैसे so much of the things we do in our lives is just accommodating others for the sake of being nice. कि यार नहीं it is my friend, I have to go and show some support.
Yeah.
नहीं यार कोई बात नहीं, वो बूढ़े हैं. नहीं यार कोई बात नहीं, it's okay ना, I'll work harder. Like all of these things are nice. I'm not saying be rude.
Yeah.
But if it affects your ability to be functional, there is a problem. Because I don't like the stereotype of the perpetually overworked manager जो जिसके पास 4 phone है, वो हर जगह WhatsApp भी देख रहा है, ये भी कर रहा है, and then you start making mistakes.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
And you lose yourself.
You lose yourself, and like I think this culture is pretty prevalent in the West. but not as much here. Like we let people impinge on our boundaries left and right and call it, हम तो community वाले हैं जी.
It's self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
That's what, but you have to create some boundaries. And you know how earlier we used to say yes, stop being so selfish, accommodate. Now
Right.
I think that needs to change and we like learn to say no. And that's my problem as well. I don't have the ability to say no because I feel like I'm hurting people by not accommodating them. So I also have like started like keeping this on top of my mind, saying, Saibas, if it's not for you, just start saying no. But it's very tough.
Yeah, it's there's a book called Against Empathy that I started reading, or it was making some very rational arguments against empathy. बहुत बुरा लगता है सुनने में कि कितने बुरे इंसान हो आप. But I just think people consider this ruthless. If you are straight up, जैसे ना यहाँ पे हम मना भी करते हैं, ऐसे नहीं करते. देखते हैं यार, शाम तक बताते हैं. It's like वो it creates a semi expectation in the other person's mind. Now they're like, अरे शाम तक बताएंगे, नहीं बताएंगे. एंड देन दूसरी बात है, लोग अपनी फुर्सत से कॉल करते हैं, अपनी फुर्सत से मैसेज करते हैं कि 2 बज रहे हैं, ओ यार क्या है, उठाएगा ना फ़ोन, कॉल करते हैं. सो बिकॉज देर इज़ नो वर्क कल्चर कोट एंड कोट एक्सेप्ट फॉर वर्क दिस इज बिकम द नॉर्म.
It has. And not even work. I think personal life also, people find it very tough to start saying no to things that they are uncomfortable in. And people say you're being selfish. Right? Especially a generation above you will be like, oh, you're being so selfish. They don't understand that you have to create boundaries. Otherwise, your mental health will really get impacted. And that it was my problem. मैं हर चीज़ के लिए हाँ दिमाग में like fuck नहीं करना या fuck नहीं करना. हाँ, sure, of course I'll do it. No worries.
Yeah. Do you schedule leisure?
Yes. Thanks to my dad, he's taught me this. He has this attitude that he was a workaholic. He worked a lot, but he's also a fun guy and he rewarded himself and us. And he taught me because beach mein main to kho gayi thi. Bro, I was just working, not talking, don't want to listen to someone.
When was this? 2020?
Yeah, starting COVID.
Yeah.
Up until recently only where I've realized that you need to manage your life in certain way, that work and pleasure are 2 different things.
इस पे एक अच्छी शॉर्टकट हैगी. New Gen Z employee talks about mental health.
Actually, यही सही है यार, यही तो सही है. And the fact I was taking therapy, I openly say I was taking therapy because I couldn't understand what was happening to me, and I was just stressing all the time about small things like and all related to time management, all related to work. ये करना है, उसके बाद ये करना है, उसके बाद ये करना है. So now I have a bucket list. It's put up on my wall.
It's your dreams, not your like professional goals or like
it's not my professional. It's my leisure bucket list. That things I have to make time for, no matter what.
So this is a daily list or like a life list?
So I do both. I make a daily list. So I told you today I'm going to just sneak in a massage.
Right.
So that's my leisure for today. Every day I take out time for leisure.
Yeah.
And then I have a yearly bucket list for leisure. So like I have to go to the Andamans this year and I have to go to South Korea. So these 2 will happen this year, hopefully. So these things I have to do. Yesterday I was working till 2 a.m. And my friends were like, yo, come over. I'm like, nahi yaar, kaam karna hai. Abhi nahi karungi to kab karungi. So yeah.
I feel that. I've spoken to people, but they never talk about like scheduling leisure or that. नहीं तो ऐसा होता है, your life just compounds around the things you do daily. Like 1 साल बीत गया. Like I remember like my waking up point was, मेरे 24 साल के बोतरे पे भी यहाँ लोग मेरे को विश करने आए थे. मैं 25 का तभी विश करने आए. मैंने कहा चल क्या रहा है? What was I doing the last year? And then I woke up, I was like, no, I have to actually sit down and there's this concept that Tim Ferriss talks about called dreamlining. You think that your dreams are, जैसे मेरे को Bahamas में जाना है. But that's a very ambiguous idea, right? Bahamas में जाना है, कितने दिन जाना है? What do you want to do specifically? Once you specify that, you realize कि अरे, this is like a $3,000 thing that I can take time out for. So when you like, instead of saying कि Bahamas, जो लोग करते हैं ना bucket list में just like one word, you say this specific thing in Bahamas for these many days and this इतना पैसा लगेगा. It's far easier. So I've been following some of that, but to a lot of people it feels like rebellion.
It's not. If you plan your work, why can't you plan?
It's called lifestyle design. This is still a very new concept in India. कि आप अपने lifestyle को ऐसे design कर सकते हो. Like hey, मेरे को तो अपना morning routine करना है तो करना है भाई.
हाँ.
मेरे को मतलब नहीं खाना सुबह पकौड़ा तो नहीं खाना.
एकदम fair है. And लोगों को समझ नहीं आता. But I think it's time to do it, and I would genuinely want to tell people that hustle culture is toxic. Don't glamorize it. Keep working if it drives you. Like I keep working because it gives me some kind of push. It gives me some kind of pleasure. Some kind of like dopamine gets released when I'm working a lot.
Right.
But I have started really planning my leisure as well, as much as I plan my work.
Yeah. And you delegate, you automate, you do whatever it takes, right?
Whatever it takes. Yeah. If I can't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow, but I won't miss anything. I don't want to miss out on opportunities. If I'm working, that doesn't mean I can't vacation. And if I'm vacationing, that doesn't mean I can't sign a web series tomorrow.
Yeah.
You have to manage your time somehow.
Yeah, you're doing it acefully to say word nahi hoga. You're acing it. I think that's the right way to put it. Tell me about this EA mode. So the reason I bring that up is, एक तो होता है, there are virtual assistants that you can sort of find online, which is, some productivity gurus back in the day have talked about it. Ki Bangalore mein there are people who will do it for you. Everywhere from when to schedule your appointments to ki, send flowers to your wife or whatever, right? Stuff like that. But the sort of arrangement that you have with her, I'm not going to say her name, पहले हफ्ते क्या होते हैं? Like, what are the first weeks like as you're trying to... Like, is she understanding your interests?
Yeah.
Do you have policies? अगर ये आए तो ये करना है, अगर ये आए तो ये करना, case by case? Because this is, by the way, totally selfish. Because I also want to do that.
Yeah, there was a lot of hand-holding because when it comes to a personal life, everyone's different. So it's not like a corporate personal assistant or a secretary who goes to whichever office or वहाँ पर हर चीज़ same है. ये personal life and her personal life different होती है. So I picked someone who is young. I think it's very important. Someone who's younger than you also. Second is someone who knows you. So she knew me. She has been following me. She knew of my life. She knows what kind of personality I have. So I was like, okay, you know how I function probably. And third, when I met her for the first time, and the first 2 times, I told her how I deal with my life, what I don't do specifically, what I do. Like, I don't endorse brands that I don't know.
Right.
The products I'm unaware of. Fairness creams, stuff like that. Petrol, car, tires, wall paints. क्या करूँगी मैं इन सब brands के? Just something that's very personal.
कल तो मैंने देखा था you were eating जुबान केसरी.
कहाँ?
I'm kidding.
कहाँ? Yeah, so things like that. And once they understand how you function, it's like, okay, this is my email ID. Have you seen Sex and the City?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Sex and the City 2, the movie.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah, she had a brilliant personal assistant. Okay, so that was my go-to vision that, okay, this person would know me inside out. Right, so that's what's happening. She handles my email ID. मुझे तो password भी नहीं पता. Every brand calls and she knows who to say no to. And I can't tell you guys, this was really very strange. Yesterday I got a brand, I'm not going to take the name, who endorses tantric meditation and massages. And then I asked her, did somebody reach out? She's like, yeah, but I said no. I was like, why did you say no? And then she sent me what they expected. It was a sexual well-being retreat with basically it was tantric massage. And I don't know if you know what tantric massage is.
I know Nuru massages, which is like the masseuse rubs themselves on your body but they're naked.
Yeah, so it's something very similar. It's very sexual, and I'm sure it's very interesting. I know I've seen documentaries about it. I know Osho did it in his ashrams and stuff like that.
Well, that's debatable.
Yeah, great for people who are into it. But this was so direct, saying like, you want this massage? And the description was so sexual. I'm like, bro. And I was like, thank you. You didn't even tell me.
I'm khana bechte hain. Come on.
I swear. And khana to she knows that I love. She's like, ye aa raha, ye aa raha. I was like, yes, let's go.
But that's crazy. That's crazy that brands would just reach out like that and
brands would also call me in the middle of the night or follow up saying post on days I don't want to post. Like recently I lost someone and I had to specifically put it on my story saying please stop asking me to post or stop and even followers or the community stop expecting me to post when I don't want to. Like I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I didn't have anything to share. And the fact that I have to tell people that stop, I don't want to. So I'm glad I had her to at least relay that information. But I had to put a story about it.
Yeah, social media influencer or creators, whatever you can call them. I don't like to be associated with that term because it comes with all these kinds of extra baggages that you don't really want in your life.
Yeah.
Including the fact that now you must be on all the time. Right? Like whatever happened to like just you can treat it like a job.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this 24/7 thing, but like most people expect you ki अरे ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ, ऐसे नहीं हुआ, वैसे नहीं हुआ. तो I also think because it's an unorganized industry, it doesn't have, say, like a bar association.
Yeah.
Which is why people can sort of like impinge on what you do.
Yeah.
And then creators become jaded and they start hating their life. And then the life becomes hollow. और वो सिर्फ create कर रहे होते हैं पूरे दिन.
And I've seen it. I don't like calling myself an influencer because I don't think I am one.
Although no one will doubt you have a lot of influence.
Yeah. That's true. But it's not like I post something with the idea that, oh, they will see this and they will give me these many likes, or they will start shopping from here, or they'll listen to me. I do it because I'm doing it. So it's like, hi, today I've woken up and my face is really puffy. See.
Yeah.
I am just doing that. So that's one. Second, that I have been with content creators in their surroundings who are shooting all the time, everything. Like if they're going with their friends, they're just vlogging the entire piece, or they're traveling, they're doing it. Seeing that gives me anxiety. And I'm not like that. I went to Pondicherry with my friends in December, and 1 week I didn't have my phone.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I didn't want that life. They were clicking pictures. I was like, take my pictures, no problem. I won't touch my phone. I was off the radar. My internet was off. My data was off. And even when I'm traveling with my parents, I will take photos for memories. I might post according to my will and wish, but I am not constantly looking for content, saying everything is content. People should understand it's a job. You rightly said it's a job.
Yeah.
Stop treating it 24/7, because right now it's great, you're young, but eventually in 3, 4, 5 years when you have family responsibilities, it will really boggle you down.
Yeah, bad habits compound really badly, which is what I've noticed. I used to do everything before, usse pehle. Then I started to do this one thing, and I batch record, and then for the next week or 2 weeks, I'm just wandering. I travel kar raha hota, everything else is being managed. The reason I did that is because I think all of my personal life was being desecrated with the desire to create content. And then I was like, अरे ऐसा थोड़ी होना चाहिए यार. Okay, ये कुछ हो सकता है, ये कुछ हो सकता है. नहीं, whatever happened to living?
Yeah.
Which is, मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि मेरी generation में, I don't know how old you are, but like this is massively missing, like the living part.
Yeah.
Just not broadcasting things. That's just gone. And
the closest example of it is when you go to the concert, people are not watching, they're watching it on the phones because they're recording the entire shit.
Yeah.
So I went to...
well, that's to give your followers FOMO, no? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. But why? Like, I went to AP. I love AP Dillon. So I went to his concert and I could barely see anything because everyone's phones were like this and everyone's recording the entire concert and singing it through the phones. I'm like, koi to dekh lo, koi to sun lo, koi to naach lo.
I always think about travel bloggers. Like, I haven't met enough, but I'm like, so when do you relax?
Yeah.
That begs the case. Because when I travel, I'm like, yes, मैंने बहुत मेहनत से earn करा ये. मेरा Kindle खुलेगा. I don't care who I am. Everything else can go to shit. I delete all the apps and I'm just there. And then the city or that place opens up itself up to me. Then there are possibilities. कोई stranger आके बात कर सकता है. I can go approach someone and say hi. I can let this city do what it's supposed to do to a traveler.
Yeah.
Guys, आज हम आ गए हैं बाली में और ये हो रहा है. I mean, some people make their livelihoods from it. More power to them. But if you already do something for content, you should not let your private life become that. Like, I don't know. This is the place where people give me flack कि नहीं यार लोगों का घर चल रहा है. Some people can do it. Some people have that. Some people have just made those bets. But मुझे ऐसा लगता है the way we're heading, we're probably going to have a great reset and all go back to like flip phones.
I want that life. I think I'd written it somewhere. Somebody asked, what's the one thing you would like to change in the world? And people thought I would write some crazy answer, right? I wrote end of smartphones.
Yeah.
I just don't want it. I still don't use Google Maps like crazy. Only if I'm completely alien to the location I would. Otherwise, I love asking.
Sahiba, तुम्हारी spatial direction सही है?
बहुत सही है. My direction sense, touchwood, is really good. And I love, like, I've come here, I've taken this route to your studio.
Yeah.
Now I know my way back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I wouldn't do check. Also, I love, like, instead of, once I reach your locality, I shut Google Maps out and I start asking guard bhaiyas. Your number
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I've seen my parents do it, when we
So you still keep that analog shit with you?
Yeah.
That's very analog.
I don't have a Kindle. I don't have an iPad. I still write notes in like proper written
that's the way to go.
I hardly use Excel.
But do you use a calendar?
No. I have a calendar in my room where I mark stuff.
So what if you're traveling?
Then like crazy things are there, but like daily stuff is marked on a proper calendar. My parents still use Filofax.
What is that?
Filofax was your OG calendar. It was like a diary that had date, time, everything written.
अच्छा उसे Filofax बोलते हैं उसको तो मैं तो uncle diary बोलता हूँ तो executive diary, that's what it's called.
Executive diary, yeah. It's a Filofax, so that's what. And yeah, I would like to go back to the time, so I'm as analog. I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not on Snapchat. So I've started eliminating things like I don't want them to take over my life completely. वरना पागल हो जाएंगे लोग.
100%. I have this new system, which is why when you were coming, I was checking both phones. मैंने एक नया phone खरीदा and I decided this new phone will only have Instagram and Spotify. All the other apps are in that phone, which has no SIM card.
Yeah.
So वो phone off रहेगा. तो आप मेरे को WhatsApp कॉल करते रहो, आप सोचते रहो ये काम है वो काम है. अगर बहुत ज़रूरी होगा ना, you will call me. And my this phone will also be off. They're like,
Same
what the
logic.
fuck?
Yeah. If it's urgent, you'll get a call. Nobody's messaging you, pick up. I'm like, baat kar le. If it's urgent, they'll call you.
Yeah.
Also, I would really like to recommend this to people. Switch off your notifications of all your apps.
Every single app, except for calls, maybe.
Yeah. So mine, only WhatsApp and calls is
ये
open.
बहुत simple hack है, but people don't do it. One of my friends, he was literally customizing my phone. Notification on कर रहा है. मैंने कहा तू क्या कर रहा है? कह रहा है अरे सब चाहिए. मैंने कहा पागल है क्या? You really want some random notification to hit you up like that?
Yeah.
I mean, look, like whatever, like for example, if you're making sales, I love to see sales notification. मैं पैसे कमा रहा हूँ. That is nice.
Yeah. So whatever is extremely like of top priority to you, but all my notifications are closed except probably 3 apps.
Yeah.
And that really helps you because you're constantly getting this digital alert, and it's a trigger to your mind and people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Switch off your notifications. Trust me, you will really, really thank us.
You start believing digital events to be real physical events that have like an importance in your life, but they don't.
Yeah, they don't. And you don't need these external triggers all the time. They're noise.
Yeah. Also, जब लोग message करते हैं, like I think people assume urgency. Like they assume कि ये चीज़ urgent है, and then you like अगर एक phone आ रहा है, right? Like think about it. Like how urgent एक real time में phone आ रहा है. Oh ये तो बहुत urgent होगा. तुम बोलोगे ये तो उठाना ही पड़ेगा. And then people do this stupid like अभी call करता हूँ, call नहीं कर सकता. I just let the phone ring, and you can call me like a bad meme. You know, some people like to let the watch the world burn. But that's the way it's supposed to be.
I agree. I don't pick up unknown calls. And like you said, if it's urgent, पता लग जाएगा. There's a way to tell you it's urgent.
Yeah.
And that's extremely important.
But super cool. So you learn these things intuitively or what?
Yeah, completely. Absolutely. I hardly have any apps on my phone. I have a smartphone. I don't have
Just keep the mic slightly closer to your face, huh?
I hardly have any apps on my phone. We don't need it. You need to go out and do the same things. Like I will have one taxi app. That's it. I will have one video edit app. I will have one food delivery app. I'll have one maps app. Like apart from these, what else do you need? Yeah.
और बहुत easy होता है to have all the apps in your phone and start. Like these things slowly sneak into your life. It's like you say one small yes, and then incrementally you start saying yeses.
Yeah, it's compounded. Completely compounded. And you know that screen time thing?
Yeah.
What's so weird is like people keep on tera screen time kya hai, tera screen time kya hai. It gets onto you. Then you realize that I'm spending like more than 60% on my phone.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, Tim Ferriss has this another thing called a low media diet. This is all coming from 4-hour work week, जो मैं पढ़ने की कोशिश करता था every now and then because I really want to live that life. I'm getting there slowly and slowly. He says, stop consuming everything. Music is okay. 1 hour of fiction at night is okay. Everything else is off.
Yeah.
No fiction, no non-fiction, no podcasts, no news, nothing.
Yeah.
See what happens to your life. You will naturally be bound to start pursuing your interests, your career interests, your work, because that has gone out of the way. It's like TV. अगर हम बचपन में टीवी देखते थे, हम टीवी देखते थे जब टाइम होता टीवी देखने का. कभी-कभी पूरी रात देख लिया तो घर वालों से डांट पड़ती थी.
घंटों तक. हाँ.
But then अब हम कभी भी टीवी ऑन कर रहे हैं. मैं टीवी ऑन कर रहा हूँ 3:47 पे और 3:47 से 5:56 तक मैं टीवी देख रहा हूँ. It's the equivalent of that.
No, I agree. And I think by eliminating certain things from my life, I got more time to focus on either myself or my work or things that I actually need focus.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like you are a knowledge worker. You're someone who uses your knowledge to produce creative output.
Yeah.
And if you're bombarded with output from others all the time, you can't do a good job.
Especially news. So I don't have any news app anymore on my phone because there were huge mental triggers because एक तो अच्छी न्यूज़ तो बची नहीं
कभी नहीं, कभी हो ही नहीं सकता. कोई मर रहा है, कोई कट रहा है डेली.
या सो एप्पल का खुद का एक होता है वेयर ऑल योर अपडेट्स कम, उसमें मैं हर रोज़ हेडलाइंस पढ़ लेती हूँ, उसके आगे पीछे मुझे जानना ही नहीं है. एंड देन
बेसिक ट्रेंडिंग हो रहा है. गाइस आज ट्विटर पे ये वाली पोस्ट डालनी है जोमैटो से.
embarrassing. And what I've started to do is when I'm traveling, I read the newspaper in the flight.
Yeah, you read newspapers still?
Yeah. My parents kept on telling me, Sahiba, that's the one thing they kept telling me.
This is like old GK, Derek O'Brien, UPSC type ki cheez. My parents do the same thing.
Yeah. So I started doing that on the flights, and every day I read the 5 headlines. जितना जाना है, एक politics, एक international relations, sports में हटा देती हूँ, and बाकी का कचरा.
स्पोर्ट्स का पता ही लग जाएगा बिकॉज पीपल को गागा ओवर ऑन ट्विटर. स्पोर्ट्स वियर्डली कितना क्रेजी तरीके से ट्रेंड होता है ट्विटर पे.
मुझे तो कुछ नहीं पता स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में. लाइक व्हाटएवर आई नो इज बिकॉज ऑफ माई चाइल्डहुड हाउ मच क्रिकेट आई हैव सीन and probably the most basic and common knowledge about sports. Apart from that, I don't have any knowledge.
What do you do for fun beyond like getting like a 15-minute massage in between the 1,000 things you do?
So I'm a sucker for massages. Literally in office or
यहाँ पे tension, you've got like neck tension. Knots. Same bro, same.
And this has been since school. So in school also I would be like, भाई यहाँ दबा दे. Or at home I'll tell my mom.
क्या मैं what weird shit was I reading sometime? Chakras के बारे में कहते कि oh if you have knots around your neck and shoulders, it means you have the weight of heavy responsibilities on your shoulders.
I feel it. I feel this chakras. So that's why today I have to go open my knots. But apart from that, I love eating and traveling. It's not content for me. It is not something that is like a brand of Sahiba. I genuinely love it. Every day I would try out something new to eat. Probably if I'm searching on Zomato or if I'm traveling, I have to try the local must-haves. And traveling is a must. If 1 month I don't go somewhere, I start getting jittery. So next month I'm already booked onto छुट्टियाँ. October मैंने decide कर लिया मैं कहाँ जाऊँगी. New Year's के लिए मैंने decide कर लिया. तो मतलब travel होना है. अगर नहीं होता ना मैं थोड़ा almost borderline anxiety depression में चली जाती हूँ.
I become like a wounded tiger and I start lashing out at people. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. And then I start hating everything that I'm doing because of which I can't travel.
Yeah, because you start resenting it. Like, what is this thing that is keeping me here? It's just a choice, right? But sometimes you can't make that choice.
Yeah.
Because everyone around you is like, नहीं हम आपको बांध के रखेंगे, आप रुको यहाँ पे. But that's not the case at all. You can just say bye, and then look.
The choice is yours. You start looking for excuses. And that's why we do wrong. But the choice is yours. And no one can tell you. Nobody can force you. नहीं, तुम नहीं जा सकते. कौन है यार? Then you need to eliminate that person from your life.
I was listening to Osho in Hindi yesterday when coming back from that thingy that I went to with my friend. He was listening to it for the first time. और he was talking about कि हम समझते हैं हम हर चीज़ के केंद्र हैं और लोग हमें बांध के रख रहे हैं. ओहो यार मैं ना इसमें इसलिए फंसा हूँ क्योंकि ना लोग चाहते हैं मैं करूँ. लोगों ने ना मैं इनका नेता हूँ मैं छोड़ नहीं सकता. एक्चुअली मेरे को बट इज़ लाइक किसी को घंटा वक्त नहीं पड़ता. You can just fuck off and no one's going to care. It's just like the void that is left by you is going to be filled.
Yeah.
You know, it happens with celebrity deaths all the time. You know, someone dies and like, oh my God, like R.I.P. Michael Jackson, crazy, crazy. Love that guy. Never listen to his music, by the way. Never listen to him at all. Kisi ki story dekh rahi you just, and then people forget him.
And you know, it's very sad, but it's true. That's how the human mind works, and that's how you grieve also. Even if you lose someone close, eventually you move on. If you had a serious breakup, eventually you move on. So celebrity death is really nothing into your personal life. So that happens. And when we're talking about traveling, I feel like everyone needs to explore. It's a human need.
Yeah.
Hunter-gatherers also walked miles and miles to find greener pastures. So stop finding excuses. Just fuck off.
Also, I think your genetic material gets opened up on that same context because हमारे ancestors, we were not supposed to sit around all day. We were not supposed to sit around all day.
Yeah.
It's just a consequence of, I think COVID also, sedentary lifestyle बहुत ज़्यादा promote हो गया. And some people haven't still gotten out of that cabin fever.
Yeah.
You know, they're still like...
homebody.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Homebody. I'm a homebody. क्या होता है? Like, oh, ये मेरा घर है, ये मेरे दोस्त का घर है, ये मेरा favorite cafe है, ये like this is... And then you realize your life has become two-dimensional.
Yeah.
That is all you do. And then you don't even want to challenge your beliefs. You don't want to go and be humbled. Because traveling humbles you. You can stay in the most fancy hotels, but like some gaffe or fuck up will happen. You will say something stupid as a consequence of cultural differences. And you need that.
You need to learn. That's how you learn and that's how I mean, that's what exposure is, right? Otherwise, you'll be very closeted.
Yeah.
कि ये इंडिया है, ये मेरा घर है, ये मेरा बेडरूम है, इसके बाहर ही नहीं जा सकता. And I think, yeah, right now I went on a personal leave. I left everything and I did a small Euro UK trip. And over there I was so free. I didn't go, okay, let's create content here. I didn't go with the aim.
बहुत मजे आते हैं ना.
बस छुट्टी थी और मैं अकेले चल रही थी, मेरी बेस्ट फ्रेंड थी मेरे साथ में, मैं खा रही थी. द ओनली कंटेंट आई लव पर्सनली टेकिंग फॉर माई सेल्फ इज मी ईटिंग, बिकॉज आई लव वॉचिंग दैट कंटेंट. माई गिल्टी प्लेजर इज वॉचिंग कोरियन मकबैंग वीडियोज and people eating food and the ASMR chopping videos.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can't tell you, I spend a lot of time just watching that. It's therapy. And it might be weird, but it's therapeutic to me. Like
it's not.
उसको देख के नींद आती है मुझे.
मुझे पता है क्योंकि you're not the only one. ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं जो ऐसे ASMR सुन के वो करते हैं. Someone in my college, I wrote a paper on goosebumps for a class on religious experiences. He wrote a paper on ASMR और हमारी लड़ाई हुई थी फिर. मैं कहा goosebumps real होते हैं, ASMR बकवास होता है. But I now see it with a number of friends who are like, यार ASMR चला दे यार, I can't sleep. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, like this, or like, hey guys, how's it going?
I'm getting goosebumps now.
Really?
Love ASMR.
But you should try. So what I argued in the paper, now I will present my argument to you is, ये low level goosebumps हैं. There's a sort of goosebumps you can get from awe, like traveling. जैसे awestruck हो जाता है ना इंसान. Like you see a grand vista, you stand for the national anthem, something like that kind of goosebump. You know it's different, right?
Like your soul awakens.
Yeah. Like वो वाले बढ़िया होते हैं. It's like ये है pure scene. ये तो मतलब fake scene है.
काफी टाइम से वो नहीं हुआ मुझे. अब कुछ करना पड़ेगा. हाँ, कहीं निकलना पड़ेगा.
You should travel. You should actually come to this place called Crashpad Bangar. I keep rapping it in every podcast.
Bangar I've read somewhere. There's a
so you live in around Gurgaon, right?
Yeah.
So Gurgaon Faridabad road pe there is this cut for Pali. You turn there and there's a village called Bangar. Wahan pe there's a huge leased land where they built this cafe structure with a tube well, with a dirt bike track and all that. ऐसा commercial नहीं है कि आओ guys adventure sports करो family के साथ. It's a community of climbers. So you go there. First of all, phone देखने का बिल्कुल मन नहीं करता. It's green. You're in the wilderness. It's in Gurgaon, but you're completely in the wilderness. Gurgaon Faridabad, हाँ. And then you just climb rocks. Whenever I've done stuff there, I always get goosebumps because it's the closest you can get to our shitty AQI. Yeah.
In the city.
तो वो वाला scene है.
Yeah.
But when you were traveling, did you speak a lot? मतलब the reason I only say that, I speak for a living. When I went to the UK for my sister's graduation, I shut up. I had the best days ever.
Yeah. Also, you went to Durham.
Yeah. No, Durham. I went to Durham. I went to Newcastle. I went to Edinburgh. I went to London.
Yeah.
4 जगह पे गया था. हाँ.
So I don't know if I shut up or not, but I really appreciate my alone time. So obviously when I'm alone, I'm not talking. I mean, it's fine if people talk to themselves, but I'm not. I like my thoughts. I love observing. I like seeing new people. I want to just discover things while walking. So I do a lot of that. But when I meet certain people, then of course I talk. I want to know about. So I did. So when I was in London right now, there was an acting workshop that Mukesh Chabra was taking. And I went, I met him, and then I met a lot of students who were taking this acting workshop who live in London. And they're Indians. So I really wanted to understand that
South Asian actors type
that they want to get into Bollywood, but they live in London. So I wanted to understand what they're doing, how they want to do it, why are they London.
गोरे NRI वाला रोल मिलता है जिनको.
नहीं, even more desi. They was way more desi than I am. So that's what was eye-opening, right? Like they knew Bollywood more than I knew Bollywood, but they've only lived in London.
They kind of have to. I mean, I saw this in America. I'm not trying to like shit on their parade, but ऐसा होता है when you're away from the homeland, you're like, oh, Bollywood music, they do it more than we do.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to understand, that how will you get into Bollywood if you're in London? What are your opportunities? What have you done? What got you into acting? Do you miss home? Have you ever lived in Mumbai? So I was like a chatterbox there for sure.
Then when you, did you study acting at all?
No, but I've been doing it since I was 4 years old. So my mom put me in theatre when I was very, very young.
Yeah.
And
you won all the prizes, like all the competitions.
I did win a lot of, yeah.
Yeah, because I have the same DNA. Not trying to brag here, just trying to like make rapport.
Yeah.
I had like 300 certificates by the time I was in 7th grade or third grade, sorry.
Wow.
So just saying, कि वो जो चीज़ होती है ना, your mom puts you in stuff, you start winning things left and right.
Yeah.
Everyone, I used to be hated for that.
Like your peers used to hate you for that?
Yeah, because you just start winning shit. And then like the day came when my teacher was like, your voice is no longer healthy for debates, give us your speech. मेरी माँ ने जो पहाड़ करी ऐसा कि मेरे बेटे को ऐसा कैसे कह दिया तुमने.
Seriously?
Yeah. I think उस टाइम पे early puberty हो रही है क्या हो रहा होगा. I don't know.
But obviously your parents know, they can identify your potential. That's what happened. So they put me in lots of things. I was in Bharatanatyam, I was learning how to play the piano, and I was doing theatre. Everything I left except theatre.
Yeah.
And every year I used to perform in Habitat Center. So
really?
yes, it's a big deal, right? You're performing there. So
as a kid.
So I did plays, and then throughout school I was doing it. Then for Doordarshan I started doing some little shows here and there. Then in school I was president theatre club. In Delhi University, then I was the president at the theatre society. So this kept on happening, and ultimately when I was in college, casting directors started identifying me, and they were like, start auditioning. And then I started auditioning and getting gigs, whether they were short films, big films, lot of TV ads. And then I went to Bombay, and luckily, touchwood, in Bombay, there was never a month that I didn't have work.
That's crazy.
As an actor.
No struggle for her, guys.
Struggle तो बहुत था. Because you give 100 auditions, उसमें से 2-3 मिलते थे. ऐसा होता था.
But you would still give 100 auditions.
But I would still
give
auditions. I was at it. अब क्या हो गया, when I'm juggling too many things, maybe I can't give so much time to so many auditions.
Right.
So there is an opportunity cost everywhere. But there's so many people in Mumbai trying to live the dream, and it's so tough. And that's why I think nepotism is also like a conversation where you have 1,000 people, but only star kids are getting into it. I hear them. But again, it's like it's a competition, it's healthy competition. Every industry has it.
Yeah. People gave Zoya Akhtar so much flack. What's that film they're creating? Archies. I thought it's the actual comic book. But anyway, those kids, like, I saw no problem.
But I love Zoya Akhtar.
Yeah,
I mean, she's also a product of nepotism, but like, I would love to work with her because she's so brilliant.
The problem, हमारे यहाँ पे ना problem क्या है? We glorify the underdog too much.
Yeah.
We want an underdog story. We want a Mahatma Gandhi. We want rags to riches. We do not acknowledge anyone who's born into any kind of wealth, because what they have to do is then they have to manufacture fake adversity. They have to make origin stories. Look at the time I struggled.
Yeah.
So that you get off my back.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, economically लोगों के advantages अलग होते हैं, but that does not mean कि उस इंसान की जिंदगी में दिक्कत नहीं है. So this whole narrative is so bad because it, यार मतलब तुम कुछ कर भी रहे हो तो तुम्हारे ऊपर वो ठप्पा है. No wonder you're going to feel isolated from the population because they want like, masses से जो निकल के आया है, मैंने तो इंसान ने भी करी है. But as long as we, as long as we only support the underdog, we're going to miss out on a lot of, like, because, there are so many awesome, क्या कहते हैं, producers like groceries, sorry. Awesome results of, star families. There's so many examples.
Brilliant. But, the opposite thing of that is how we glorify struggle, which I am personally against.
Yeah.
Instead of glorifying how bad this person has, what we should appreciate is how hard they worked and what was the result of that work.
कोई फायदा नहीं है खामा मराने का.
हाँ, so वही करते हैं, भाई मैंने इतनी struggle की, and they're like, oh हो भाई ने इतनी struggle की है. Why are we glorifying struggle? That's bad. You shouldn't glorify struggle. You should glorify एक बंदा है, बहुत मेहनत की और मेहनत का फल ये है. That is what should be applauded.
Yeah, the end matters.
The end matters. The result, how you came out of whatever and what you produced is the good thing. So
yeah, I think those people who only glorify the struggle are still living in a land called potential.
Yeah, and it's like playing the victim, no?
Yeah. कि देख मैं तो it's so bad also because it क्योंकि when you complain you'll find enough people who are going to hear your complaints. हाँ यार तेरे साथ बहुत बुरा हुआ यार हाँ. And it's just this whole, I mean, I feel disgusted by it primarily because I've been around people who are competitive and who want to win. And people are going to like कि यार ये तो बहुत गलत बात है. I mean, there are genuine cases when something bad happens to people, but like it's just sissy whining.
Yeah.
That should be stopped because there are multiple examples. people लोग बोलते हैं मेरा स्ट्रगल ना बहुत ही यूनिक है क्योंकि ना मैं उस पेड़ से गिरा था और उसके बाद मेरे साथ ये हुआ तो 100 लोगों के साथ सेम चीज़ हुई. So there is no real justification for languishing.
So the thing is, like, if you're sitting under the tree, struggle ये कि तुम दोनों के ऊपर सेब गिरा और तुम्हें लग गई. But what makes you different is like Newton who discovered gravity from that. So what result and how you use that struggle to create something is
This could be a Panchatantra 2.0.
Thanks. I just thought of it.
Yeah. We hate as our generation, we hate like lessons and all. We needed them to be packaged in memes and like darker memes.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Anything that's shareable and viral.
Yeah. Zomato brand manager. Sahi scene hai. So what comes next? You're gonna do this for a while and then something else, or
Yeah, I am not going to live this life forever. That I have decided for myself. So I'm going to continue with my corporate career in marketing, being a marketer, acting and content creation for as long as I can, until there comes a point where I want to pick one and run with it. And I don't think that's going to be content creation. Content creation, I think, is just a spillover effect of what all I do. It was never a career path that मुझे ये करना है. वही मैं बोलती हूँ, मैं influencer नहीं हूँ, मैं बस अपनी life दिखा रही हूँ और brands want to associate with me, which
guys,
is great.
मैं अलग हूँ.
But हाँ, मैं content creator हूँ ही नहीं. In a way, it's spillover. It is definitely a spillover effect. Ultimately, I want to do acting full time. And if that works out, I'll run with it and quit everything else. Or if marketing picks up at certain level where I become CMO somewhere, then I'll run with that.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Great. It's been great having you on those casts. Fun times.
Fun times indeed. And this was really fun. And I love this ASMR vibe.
Hai
Yeah.
Guys, you can follow Sahiba Bali on Instagram and YouTube at Sahiba Bali. Is that accurate?
No, my Instagram is Sahiba Bali. YouTube, I haven't opened my personal channel yet.
Okay. So just Sahiba Bali on Instagram. And anywhere else?
No, see, I've eliminated everything.
LinkedIn. LinkedIn, yeah. I've seen your LinkedIn. You're just like, what career optics वाली चीज़ के बाद you just only post Zomato brand campaigns कि guys हम अच्छा कर रहे हैं.
हाँ तुम देख लो अभी के लिए देख लो, यही है और कुछ नहीं लगाऊंगी मैं वहाँ पे. पर मेरा लिखा हुआ है वहाँ पर marketer, actor.
Yeah, you also have the audio tag for your pronunciation.
Yeah, because everyone calls Sahiba. My name is Sahiba.
Yeah. ये तो एक popular पंजाबी name है.
हाँ.
लेकिन लोगों को नहीं साहिबा. Interesting. और क्या बोलूँ मैं इस बारे में, इस नाम के बारे में और कोई टिप्पणी कर नहीं सकता.
Actually, my name means princess in Persian.
Yeah. मतलब I know कि Sikhism में Sahibs are.
Sahib is the name that's in the Guru Granth Sahib. Sahiba as a result becomes a word from that name. Otherwise, Sahiba is someone of a higher authority like Rani Sahiba or Jat Sahiba. So that's where you use it.
Nice.
Urdu.
बहुत ही बढ़िया.
Shukriya.
A1. My name is Vinamre, which just means polite and sincere. I was going to be called Sikandar or Yudhishthir. But my parents chose this.
I have a friend with the same name as yours, and for the longest time I couldn't pronounce Vinamre.
It's so hard. मैंने अमेरिका में जाके 36 नाम बदले बहरूपिया बन के.
बॉस्टन में तो बहुत दिक्कत होगी.
Vinamre. And then मैंने कहा यार चलो अब अमेरिका में आया हूँ, नई आइडेंटिटी तो Vince
was your name?
Vince.
So did you like
मैं बताता हूँ. So Vinamre, Vince, Vin, फिर किसी ने कहा V-Man, तो मैं V-Man हो गया.
Yeah.
फिर मैंने reclaim करी अपनी South Asian identity guys because fuck colonialism, और मैंने कहा कि अब से मैं V के हूँ. So this became my initials. So you can do that in the US, right? You can कि तुम्हारा preferred name क्या है? Because Chinese students do it.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah,
they're like मेरा नाम है John. ऐसा तो John लग तो नहीं रहा.
Yeah. And they used to say it. So they used to say this is my name, and I would always ask, oh, what is your Chinese name? Like,
and then they actually say that like, okay.
And I was like, okay, appreciate it, but sorry.
Yeah, you're a John for me. Yeah.
You're a Bob.
Okay. Fun times. We'll see you all next Tuesday and Friday. Subscribe to Dostcast. Follow Sahiba. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Sweet.